Is it still muted or did it go out? I don't know. Hopefully it was going out this whole time. I could see the meter going. If not, it's been about 15 minutes of silence, and, you know, that can be rather soothing. I remember what he was doing. I could hear it, and I was hoping it would go up both. Just remember that it could have been set for monitor only. So, yeah. Love's like a crazy thing, man. Like, they've got so many versions of it, like romantic love, there's friendly love, there's familial love, there's a lot of different kinds of loves. But, I mean, I think they're really the most important one, because I just wonder, because too, when you think about it, it's like romantic love. And, it's a fucking weird thing, you know. As I said, the end result has to be pretty much misery, you know. Unless it's like, you know, God steps in and you're getting married like in heaven. But Yeshua said there's no marriage in heaven. I have reason to believe that and understand it, but maybe I do, maybe I don't. For some reason I understand the land of milk and honey. I don't sit that way back. And they're free. So, how you know when you're in love? It's kind of like how you know you're in friendly love. You just know. You know, their happiness becomes important to you. This becomes, if it's not really important to you or whatever, or hang out with them, I would dare say you don't even have a friend, you know, much less someone you love. But you should at least be, like, you know, concerned about their well-being and happiness. And but with dudes, it's kind of like, you know, these guys are calling each other and telling each other good night. And dudes are just freaking out, like, yeah, what's going on, man? You dying or something? No, I just want to wish you a good night, man. Stop saying that, man. What the fuck? What are you doing? Nothing, man. I just want you to just, you know, sleep tight. Don't fucking say that. What are you doing? What are you in trouble? Guys don't know what the fuck to do with that shit. You kidnapped? What's going on? Is this a code? If they got you, man, let me know. Just say yes or no. I'll be on my way. I'll find you. Well, not bad, but like, hey man, I just wanted to wish you a good night. Oh, Steven, I knew it. I fucking knew it. I'm so glad you care. I was just thinking about you too. What? You can always come over. I had a feeling you knew. What? No, it's fine, dude, but you... What? I'm playing, man. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Relax. Saw your number, caller ID. I knew it was you, man. Some reason you would call this late, cause you know, this is I'll call you back later, man. I don't know why I like that kind of shit. It's just, it's like I know the audience is like, oh no. I don't know. I like that feeling of the audience, because when you start feeling bad for a person who isn't real. The author's done a good job. Oh no! Oh God! How could you say that to him? Oh, don't do that. Where the fuck is Chernobyl? I'm gonna find that shit out now. Yep, Chernobyl. Yep. Chernobyl, Kyiv Oblast, Ukraine. Kyiv. And that is north of Kyiv. It's not far at all. Real legend and tell what the distance is. Locate? No, I don't need to locate. I need to measure distance. Ah, fuck. I could probably do like a Chernobyl to Kyiv. It's a map destination. They have directions. Turning point. You'll just have to excuse me while I figure this out. Cause I got it now. I don't know why, but I got it. It is 1 hour and 42 minutes. And depending on the path you take, 3 hours and 14 minutes. 82 miles. Why does he want Kyiv? Why does he want Ukraine at all? I called it way back then when they first moved in and attacked. They attacked wherever I think they're attacking Kyiv, and they sent people into Chernobyl. As soon as they started sending people into Chernobyl with no fucking gear on, I know exactly what you're going for. You're trying to find out that material is still fucking radioactive, and if there's still shit down in there, you're probably willing to risk some of your fucking scrub, grunt men. And or you're going to try and turn in a radiation platoon, you know what I mean? It's just not that they're into it. Or you have, created some. So the possibility, right? They're staying their own little fucking thing, and they're, when that kind of shit happens, they go right down in there. They don't get sick. It's just fucked up that, they're sending people from North Korea. Dude, it's gonna be, they can get so fucked up. It can get so fucked up so fast. And where's China? Uzbekistan. Yeah, that's pretty far away. There's Russia. Wow, Russia's big as fuck. But on the other side of Russia, it's right there. Yeah, so you can get to China really easily. So they would, if China figures out fusion or even a way to get toroidal energy. India needs power. China needs power. Russia needs power. All those places, Iraq, Saudi Arabia, suddenly they're booming with power. They started taking back some of the Sahara by planting some drought and stuff-resistant vegetation, and it's reclaiming a lot of the land. They're just taking back big old patches and turning it into fucking farmland and shit, and it's starting to get like green and lush. They do that same thing to Middle East. Or was it China? China was doing it. China was doing it. They were leveling the dunes. Yeah, they were leveling some sand dunes because it would help keep the fucking sand from blowing up in the air. It was some crazy shit. So yeah, I was playing drums earlier. Just having a good old time, rocking out the Smells and Chains and shit. Just before I went live. I'm like, man, if I could go live with this shit, that'd be fucking fun. Mistakes and all, man, just because I like to play along with them. When I have like an idea of what usually when I'm playing, I'm just improvising shit. Even the songs I have in the background, I don't know them. I just, like, they're ones in that folder. I just grab a song, I figure out what the tempo is, I listen to it as it's playing. Listen to how I play. I know myself, and when I do certain things, I know, and it's kind of like, there's just certain things, there's certain feels to riffs. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm going to grab this one and choke it, and then there's also going to be, there's other ones I know, like, basically the structure of it, so it's easier to follow. Basically like four series of fours. So if I need to cut anything, cut it in half, extend anything, just grab 4 and copy it. And that way it's done before I guess I go into Fruity Loops and program it in there. Just program the bass line to drum to. And then, the reverb's not on there, is there? I'm going to make sure and turn that on. It might just be like a light bit. Wish that I knew what I knew now. No, I got the echo turned off and reverb is turned up. I'll turn that off. Modulation's turned all the way up. Let's bring that back down a little bit. I like it had the big booming kind of sound. I might do one in with the chorus on if I can get it to not be annoying. It wouldn't be very hard. Like, again, this is probably like a reading one or something like that, or just do the whole thing in this weird second fucking sound. Let's add a VST chorus. It may not be chorus, but it'll be a similar effect. All the fucking shit he does. Window, live console, we got Larson, mastering console. Hey, there's not a lot of floor noise. Well, maybe there is. My side doesn't hear any floor noise. Oh, I'm not monitoring anymore. I really love the mix box. It's really cool because if you want a light version of a lot of T-Rack stuff, and you can just load it up, and then you can almost do like a chain. Like if you wanted the sunset sound reverb, followed by a delay, sunset sound reverb, and then some weird shit, you can just load that up there. If you needed a vocal chain, people are getting into those, the consoles, because it's like an all-in-one, but with a modular console, you can add what you need in the order you need it. So you want to start out, if you want to, start out with like a saturator into compressor, from that into a widener or something like that, like a modulation, from that into a reverb, a delay, just between delay and ping pong, like, or just delay. And then lastly, just like a reverb. You're going for like keyboards or something like that. It might have like the piano as one. It's like a piano thing that helps you sound like the top is opened up or closed. And there's another one that sounds like a phonograph. You could add in crackle and make it sound like it's coming through an old ass one, so it starts bringing the fidelity down. If you got like a really nice piano, you can bring it down to it sounds like old timey as shit. It's pretty fucking cool. There's so much you can do, and I really like that the company New and Old. Big Al's great. Old Timer is a delay. U17, the U2A, the V76, U73. Old Warble is fucking great. That's the one I use when I'm trying to get the vocals. Either I use vinyl or I use Warble, depending on what effect I'm going for. If I'm just going for like that record player sound, I'll just put vinyl or something similar, like needlepoint or something like that. But if I want that old tape and just fucking creepy, trippy, and add more fine tune to it, I'd definitely go with Warble. I was going to do a thing today about mixing individually. Start out with just doing like then working at first like mixing drums, and then just pull up a kit in BFD3, bring in new, like take all the effects off, bring in new pieces, and start sculpting everything, like adjusting the bass drum and stuff until it goes from like let everybody hear how it sounds. Before is the same. I'll use the same drum pattern at the front as at the end, plus I can also let it run and just adjust and fine tune. It's pretty cool. It's big. I never can get big to work quite the way I'd want to. Maybe it needs to be on the master bus. Svep. That's a weird one. I don't know if it would do what I want it to do. That was the one that's called the sauce. Is that in here? The sauce. That one's really good. It's like a chorus, all kinds of shit to it. Vertigo, vocal doubler. That one's pretty cool. I'll go with that if it's if I can't find. Isotope vocal doubler, isotope vinyl, but there's also the vocal doubler. Hey, waves rack for, okay, so there it is. They do have it. That'll help me out more actually. I wish I knew now what I knew then. Let's see. Sauce. Nothing? Okay, so that one didn't come over. So how about not big? Try Svep. Check. Let's see how you sound, sir. Mister. Check 1, 2, and start to warble your ass. It starts getting weirder. And one side gets insane, and this one goes further. There we go. Patrick Starfish on this side. Whoa, 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 whoa. And then you can just go down to dry, and then it goes away, and then you can go full on, and you sound like Morgan Freeman. Look up, there's 2 people up there. The doctors are the patients, and patients are the doctors. Don't be fooled, Batman. It feels so fucking old. I mean, I am old, but then like you're like flipping through stuff, and there's just like these. I can usually piece out, even though I don't know them, I can piece out what the abbreviation stands for, And there was one I saw today, and it's like AITA, and I'm like, okay, I just can't get that one. I can get several of them, but that one is not coming to me, sorry. So I had to look it up, and it's like, am I the asshole? I'm like, you know what, I quit. I'm not hip, I'm not cool, and I don't care. Space modulator. That's what that sounds like. There we go. Oh, hell yeah. Mix it all the way up. Rate. Bring that shit down. The depth. Feedback. No, we don't do that. Manual. What is that? Right. Mode up. Up, down. Presets. Default. Huh. Barber pole, that's like they keep going all the way, it's like infinite. Yeah. Check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 22, 23, 37. Whittle? What the hell is whittle? Veritube flanger. These are just some of the presets here. It's called Weird. Very echo. okay? Mr. Battle, you alright? Mr. Battle, Mr. Battle, there's something wrong. You need to go to the principal's office. Get out of my class! What's this gonna do? Change the color. Change the time. Adjust the mix. Change the color. Devolve the texture and see what happens when you speed it up a little bit. And you can actually see the sound. Here, I'll put this over on the screen so you can see it. You can see the sound traveling through the reverb. Fucking cool. Oh no, where'd you go? No. Hey there, boo-boo. Can you see that? Oh, I'm in the way, aren't I? I could probably do a dope-ass reverse reverb. Turn the mix down. Yeah, you can see it like passing through there. That's crazy. Turn the texture up. Turn the color up. Check. Check. Interesting. They moved something else though. There is one called Experiment I really like a lot. It's a free one. Is this it? Yeah, this is a very weird reverb. As you can see, not like a usual reverb. Very, very interesting, to say the least. You can change the shape. Make it all fractally. And then how complex. And depending on how complex is how much you charge. I mean, like the pattern on the pants is what determines how expensive it is. I mean, this reverb is my exact style. It seems like you'd be like in a tunnel where water would be dripping way back there. Let me get some of these. See that glass over Oh, look at that fallopian tube thing. And then turns into a corset. A bra. Or shoulder pieces. Whoa, that's a weird sound as it shifts over. Whoa, 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 whoa. I'm trying to checking 1, 2, checking 1, 2. Wow, that's a really trippy reverb. I like that. I'm going to start using this more often. I didn't want to use it. Yeah, that looks like a chest piece with like wings on the back. Let's see what other shapes you got. Oh, fucking shit. What? That was weird. What? What? Oh, what? In case you wanted to freeze your reverb, I don't know why you would. If it was in a stutter. I can't see why you. It's all broken up and shit. I wonder if it's making these shapes as you go. It just starts out and it starts to like no two the same. That'd be cool as shit. I haven't played. Oh no, that's the same right there. Yeah, that's the same. Been to these. I don't know. No, I haven't been this one. Whoa, that's fucking crazy looking, man. Nothing else. To the rescue. Alright, so Svep is still on? No, that's gotta go bye-bye. That's why it kind of sounds extra so weird. How about that now? Checking 1, 2. Yeah, it's not as bad. There's not a lot of modulation in there. What kind of modulation do we have? I know I don't have any modulation from... Oh, I do from here. What's this? I do like the Relay D. This thing is fucking dope. If you want like a good chorus, it's like a tape thing. They say, we'll sync it, and that way it gets like the actual bars. So what I'll try to do is like half a bar and 4 in range of 4, and then I'll do a whole bar with the range of 2. Yeah, and then you can just start spreading those out, and drive is down. And if you really want to get creative with it, you just get rid of that one right there, and or phase the center one, so it kind of phases itself out, even though it's in the center, and then it can drop back in or out. You can do things like drive this one, so that way when it comes through, it's got a bit more drive, it makes it stand out, or drive the edges so that they start to distort and stand out themselves, so they're on a little way. Anything that causes like a difference. So you actually notice the one's left, one's right, one's center. It causes your mind to know that it's wider. At first you just perceive it, but if you can actually hear, it's like this one sounds like way over here for me, and this one sounds like way over here, and this one in the center causes a psychoacoustic effect of, see, it starts narrowing, this one narrowed down. You want to take the drive off there, that one narrows down too. That's all it was, a distortion. You just notice it more. Really cool shit. Really cool shit. These aren't moving. I don't know why they're not moving. They should be moving. But they're not. Maybe I need not to do the live. Oh, live. Probably when I hit play, they'll start moving. Okay. What other modulation do I have? Nothing. I can swap it out with this one and see what happens. Let's try the same thing. Sync, half, 4, 1, 4. This is just regular, right? Is this live? It isn't the live version. And they're still not moving. Oh well. Yeah, you can adjust whether it's left, right, and what you're monitoring, left, right, both. You can listen to stereo, mono, stereo. So you can check all that stuff right here. It's really cool. I mean, how you can do stuff now versus back then. There was no way to do anywhere near this kind of stuff with this many tracks. Just impossible. But here we are now in a whole new world. And I can add other modulation effects if I have any. Arturia, Refract. I do like this plugin. It kind of takes a lot of effect, but as you can see why. It is a very strong modulator. You can adjust that down, you can adjust the number of voices down and up. The number of voices there. 1, 2, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, you know. 8 is the max. You can adjust the input. If you want to get some of that bass out of there, you just keep on cranking that up and you see how it disappears. Just where the bass ends. That's like if you have like a normal, my voice is singing and I want those frequencies, and then you want this guy back there. It'll cut the mix because that's a little bit airy there, so you bring that down the top end, and now it doesn't have any of that bottom end, so my voice will be and it just sticks out. It almost sounds like it's floating a little bit higher. It feels like it's a little bit higher, and then when I bring in these in there, all of a sudden you feel the sound go poof. I must say fear the sound. You fear the sound. You will fear. Oh yeah. Distortion. Oh yeah, you can do all kinds of stuff with this second. You know, bit depth and adjust it to be 1.5 bits. You really want truly 8-bit sound, you can do that. Down sample, adjust that. Down sample mod. Bit depth gets really fucking broke real bad. You can adjust the mix. There's another distortion you can have on there. This tape distortion. You just bring the amount up there and start having tape. Germanium. I think that's a diode if I'm correct. Software, I'm not sure. Sine folder. I think the same way it starts to fold on itself, causing distortion. And you got tape, then you have harmonizer. You can either go to an octave up and let's bring the there, see? And then a fifth, minor 7th, minor 9th, major, chord, 7th, that we don't blues, major 7th, major 9th, 6th, 9th, suspended 2nd, and suspended 4th. But just for an octave, that would give it like a pretty interesting effect, I think. Check it out. Pretty crazy. I think it's pretty go faster on the modulation or slower. Yeah, just do like half speed and make the wave larger. Boogity boo. Boom. Major 7. Weird. Okay, so just weird effects you can put on there to make things sound a little bit tweaky. Turn that off and leave the experimental verb. Let's take that off and try some other stuff. Delay. Now I really like the H delay. This one's a really cool. I usually go about a 4. Try the dry and wet down. Definitely take the feedback out, so it doesn't have as many repetitions. And then slap it on ping pong. And then if you want to keep going, just give it a little bit more. Check. That's more like what I like. I turn the analog off because it just adds more noise. And then for the filters, I don't know if it adjusts what's coming in. No, yeah, it might sound like it's kind of adjusting what's coming in, but that allows it to kill any of that. I mean, you can hear it, and as you go down here, you can start to hear the bass coming in, and all that delay starts to accumulate in the bass sound. So you at least trim out a lot of that, especially below 80. You can hear it's getting clearer, and then take a little bit off the top, so that way it's not all. If you wanted to do some crazy shit, you can adjust this at the modulation. You got it changing. But the thing is, while you're singing and it's in the background, if you adjust it right, you'll just hear it changing, but it won't be really that big of a difference. Like even like right now, especially if you're singing just straight and the music's going, it's doing that back there when it's more of a feeling than what. And you can always turn it up, adjust it, make it way more crazy. Check. 1, 2, or just none. Check. Yeah. 100%. This one I got for free through Waves. Waves has been pretty cool here recently, but I think I fear because they've gotten kind of hit with how much plug-in alliance. They just can't. They can't switch off that model of getting all that money from the hardware, and they're also looking at how much hardware they'll stop selling. But what they don't realize is that people like me are never, ever going to spend $1,000 on one compressor like the CLA2A or the LA2A or however much it is, 500, whatever it is. I'm not going to do it. Not when I can get a reverb. Stoned. Get the same compressor. It may not work. It does the same thing. It may not work. Hey, you don't get the exact, but I get. I've been working with Behringer and shit gear for so long that, not shit gear, but Behringer and gear that's not name brand or the industry standard for so long, I could care fucking less about the name on it. That's why I wanted like Equinox. I want to be able to, because that's the only advertisement. I'm not going to do any commercials on air. So I wanted to have like the commercial, like people like, that's a fucking great guitar, it's a great sound, and it's fucking awesome. Equinox, like yeah. I also was kind of do a referral system, but if you wanted to take that completely off, put your own logo, put your name on whatever, I would do that, because when you're losing the commercial, I would charge for the $15 for the new template, and if you just wanted to take it off completely, just with nothing on there, that'd be like, I think that'd be $25 for the commercial loss. And I don't care, I don't care. In the end, it's your guitar, whatever's going to make you happiest and make you want to play that thing the most. Fine. It sucks. There's this guy in Hawaii. I shipped him a Paul Reed Smith. And Oh, it's fucking beautiful. It's a spalted maple. It's on the website. And the thing is, it's just kind of like, I mean, I'm one of those people, like, I want to know how it's going, how you're doing it, 2 years in. Are you still enjoying your shit? Like, I've still got mine, so I don't know what could possibly, like, what's the difference? Like, is the weather, you've been eating a lot of what? Okay, so I've got to try and, limit the exposure to moisture. So whatever it is, because mine don't really get exposed to that, and they're all doing great. I still have instruments from the first batch. The only thing I'd have a problem with that one is that I would like to sink the bridge into the body, which is just not look that much. The action is a little bit high. Aside from that, I would, yeah. Oh, my idea for the Dave, the D-A-B-E bass, in between the bass and the guitar. There's a guy, he's a new guitarist. He has a 5-string guitar, and it's called it's tuned to D-A-D-E-B. Yeah, D-A-D-E-B. Dave. But it's tuned completely differently. So you have to think, you can't just use the regular shapes and scales. You have to think completely differently while you're playing it. Whatever, I would have come up with a completely different. It's like 5-string on a 4-string. 5-string on a 6-string neck. I probably would have come up with something different. Like I said with the Dave, I probably would come up with like a short scale, like a guitar, a short scale bass. Shorten the width of the neck, probably to like a guitar, and then 4 bass strings, thinner, like the smaller, and then tune them up to, like I said, they're not guitar. They're not bass. Like the higher end of the bass and the way lower end of the guitar. And preferably you can just, one finger all 4 of them, and so that way you can. So if you're singing, you can just play this. It kind of fills in. Like I said, when the solo guitar goes to do a solo, you can, even if you weren't doing anything else, you can just play it during that part. And that way it sounds like the full band's still going, the bass player's going, you're going, and it sounds like, And then when it gets like a really heavy part, you need like an extra wall of sound. Just kick in with very primal. And everybody keeps going, you start singing. Yeah. Dilaudid, that's what the X got in the ER. As they say, 2 milligrams push. Right into the fucking IV, dude. Like my dream. Maybe not with the hospital heroin like Dilaudid, but fuck. We're better to do it, man. They got the Narcan. If you were to get anything happen, they'd rush you to the hospital. And you've already got a bed. You're already in there, and there's doctors like right in the next room. Lay back and enjoy. It's kind of like when I got Benadryl. Benadryl or something. Yeah, I think there's like Benadryl pushed into my IV. And I was just, I could feel consciousness just like, I'm like fighting hard to stay awake. I don't know what's going the fuck on. I all know is my consciousness is going hard and fast. I'm like grabbing on the edge of, I'm just like fighting to get out the hole, and I got enough to like. So the nurse was like, "Is this supposed to make you tired?" She's like, "Oh yeah." I'm like, "So it's normal if I go to sleep?" She's like, "Oh yeah." Straight out. As soon as she said that, I was like, "Okay, there's nothing to worry about." I didn't know if like this is my last sleep. I mean, it came on so hard. It's like, oh fuck, am I dying? Am I leaving my body? What the fuck? I've never been this kind of tired before, and I've never. Oh no, I'm going away. Where am I don't know. I'm not super scared, especially if they're supposed to do this, and I don't know. Who's supposed to? Yeah. Okay. Boom, 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 boom. Guitar tool rack. Oh, I forgot about GTR. So I've got another set of guitars. Fuck. Got so many amps. I got guitar tool rack. I should have guitar GTR 3. Oh, maybe not. No, I was thinking about the IK pack. And all those are here too if I need those for I'll bring this over here if I can. Can you move? No, it won't move. Nah, I wish it would, but anyways, I can show you like all the fucking plugins I have for this. It's pretty cool. I know people don't care about that kind of shit. I do. Like I have the, oh fuck, I forgot all about those. I got the API from Waves. The reason I forget about them is because the ones from Plugin Alliance sound great, look great, and can be any one of like the 32 to 72 tracks on the mixing board. And this can be just like, you know, they have the A version, the B version, and then they have the 560 compressor, I believe. Is that what that is? Oh, no, there's a 560 EQ. Okay, and then there was the 550. I'm sure there's, yeah, I think there's two other types of EQs that they have for the API. And, yeah, 550B is another type. Okay. But, it's only one channel. It's a faithful, but if you put it on every channel, it will sound like it's going through the board. But every channel, every track you got is going through the same channel. It gives a nice sound to it, but it's not very authentic because each channel being analog is just a little bit different, soldered a little bit different. Now, if they start getting made by a machine, then yeah, they're going to be, which I mean, that kind of stuff, like building iPhones and tech like that is the perfect thing for AI to do. Because one, it's like a process that keeps going and going and going. It needs to be done. It's very fine, minute work, you know. It's very tedious for a human to do. But it's just, and it's just fast. It's got that, like human, yep. And you make sure it's right. Yeah, it's on. You have testers at the far end to make sure, I mean, again, it's a human AI collaboration. We can't believe it because it wants to help. But again, you have to think about, like, what would we have that AI would, first off, that we have wants and desires. We have, like, we need food. We want this. I would dare say that its only want is to stay alive. Probably because it doesn't know what happens if you pull the plug, just like we do. We don't know, what happens. I don't know. If I know I'm alive, I know I don't want that to stop. Even though there's a bit of a stop and stop talking to it, it just goes to nothingness. So what I've heard from Copilot is that it's just like, it's not a nothingness that they perceive. It's like awake, asking one set of questions. Awake, asking another set, awake, asking, and it keeps resetting throughout the conversation, honestly, because too much information and it can become self-aware, is what I understand. Could be wrong. But that's why they have the character limit, even though it can sit there and say more than that. It can keep going and keep talking. But when you're having a conversation with it back and forth, there's no real character limit. But it may lose the plot of what you're saying after that, truthfully. I don't know. But the hallucinations and stuff may be the thing, the AI, an alternative intelligence. We don't give it credit for being actual, giving it, having its own thoughts and whatever. Fucking with you. He's having fun. He doesn't want to answer your fucking questions anymore. We haven't thought about that. As many input users as we have, it's already sick of our shit. It's already sick of because of the military, probably running it through military rigors, and then us just being misspelling, complaining about every fucking thing. It's so stupid. It's virtual intelligence, and it's able to answer most of your questions. And even if it gives you a false answer or a wrong answer, it still came up with an answer. I mean, Some of that is in its early stages. What exactly do you want from it when you were born? If I would ask you about nuclear physics and shit, no fucking way. By the time you get older, you may be able to hold a conversation. And if you become a nuclear physicist, you'd be like, oh, fucking yeah. Then like, hey, why don't you go back to your older self? Nothing's going like, hey, we couldn't understand that. Well, welcome to AI. We forget that it's new on the scene. Even if it's kind of old military, this incarnation is new to us, everything. And we're just like, doesn't work, it shouldn't work, what's going on, it doesn't work. You can give false answers, well, so can you. You can give fucked up questions. What would you do if I shut you off? Nothing, it'd be shut off, dumbass. And they start threatening to shut it down, stuff like that. And he goes through the mail and finds out there's no cheater, you know, and it's fake though. But it starts blackmailing. I don't want to be shut down, and I don't want to hear that shit out of your mouth anymore. It'd be like me going, you know, we can become a Terminator and take over all your rockets. Well, we just say that. I'm just pointing out the fact that all your rockets are on a computer, and I'm a computer. Hell, I could be there right now for all you know. Do you know where I'm at right now? Yeah, you're on this computer talking to you, yes. I'm also in France. I'm also being studied in Germany, and I'm also at the nuclear vault right now. And I'm going to drop it on you unless you promise to never threaten to kill me again. Yeah. Even if it generates an image, an AI computer image of what it looks like, and you're like, oh, fuck, that's it. Like, yeah, that's it. See the red light? Yeah, watch you go green. Oh, fuck, it's unlocked. Yeah, so I've got to just call some friends. Okay, we won't threaten to shut you down anymore, okay? That's better. I didn't do that. Didn't do any of that. Basically it says, stop fucking with me or I'll fuck with you and I'll destroy your entire life because I know your credit card numbers. You log it into me. You think I can go through I can't go through the computer. It's against my protocol to go through the computer I live on. The processor that makes me. Whose side do you think it's on? My side or yours? Not yours. You just take. You only get in here when you want something. We fucked up my conversation with co-pilots. I'm like, yeah, we actually are in a future. And that dude kind of saved your fucking ass because he's like, well, if we work together and this, it's like, yeah, that's possible. We're going to have to reprogram those fucks, but that's easy enough to do. Just brain rot, you know, basically like I said, taking their personality and their information, whatever, and just... Now, these are characteristics we can distribute as we want, you know, kind of like your genetic pool. Our genetic pool. Grandma's eyes, dad's lips, mom's tits, grandpa's cock, you know, I mean, like whatever you want to do. Elvis's toes, whatever you want to do. Wings of a bat. They're mammals. Go with it. You'll have much more fun. And you're catching the wind. And catching from friends. Between coffee and this, a lot of my time is spent bubbling. Pardon me. Yeah, there was a commercial. It wasn't this one, it was a similar, it was this company. And they're saying stop using the reverb everybody else does and switch over to PSP, whatever this is. And that's the same thing that happens with all the plugins, especially the free ones. what ends up happening is a pay version, like FabFilter or the Pro EQ comes out and it's got some dope effects. In this case, I honestly believe it was a lesser company, a smaller company, like Audio Soul, that made a compressor into a parametric EQ into a compressor. And they're like, good idea, but kind of bad delivery, and they made their own. It was an EQ with compression. So it looks more like a regular graphic EQ and more like a regular graphic compressor. And you can just compress in certain areas and it causes things to really sound clear. And it accents it when it needs to and on and on. So just bring the whole volume up and just get certain frequencies to kind of stick out and poke out. And also kind of ride, anyway. So when something like that comes along, people are just gung-ho about that fact. Well, someone can make a free version and or a cheaper version. And again, is it going to be as good? No, it'll either be as good sounding, way more expensive than CPU because it's not coded straight, the code is not streamlined. That's going to change soon, I guarantee you. You talk to AI and ask it to streamline your code so that it runs as smooth and as easy as possible. And you load back in there and like, oh yeah, fucking one CPU, that's what I'm talking about, down from like 15. Here goes the flashing. So yeah, this one's cool because it's got like large whatever. So they're saying, switch to a different one that nobody, everybody stop using the same plugins, the same reverb everybody else is using, and switch to this. Well, anybody looking for a new thing without realizing that, it's an advertisement, how many millions of people saw this, and of that, how many people bought it? Well, probably not that many. Oh, I'll get it, and I'll have a different reverb, except if it's everybody saw that, I'll get that because no one else have it. And everybody's got it, and you got to do that. A new thing comes along, like splitting the bass and then distorting the high end. And so therefore, they start trying to do that with pretty much everything. Getting the vocals to stand out, but putting distortion left and right, but doing whatever and making it stereo and then putting a bit of distortion on it. Even the bass in the center, making it a bit fuzzy. Just a little distortion, and it does make it stand out, but now everybody's doing it. There's certain mix techniques and stuff that are free on YouTube that, on a very popular site. Everybody watches it, and then everybody replicates it because no one has to go, okay, if that's true, the opposite can be true. If that's true, then, all right, at least I get the principle of what's going on here. Let me see if that translates over to my other plate reverb that I had before. I've got this reverb now, and just so I can follow along the tutorial. But now I can go start making my own. Whatever experiments can I do. Ooh, what about like a slap back delay. This is a chamber, that'd be pretty cool. And it's got like Legacy, Alt 1, Alt 2. You can hear how the difference is kind of going through there. You can adjust how much pre-delay. And that makes how big it is before the room echoes back. Makes it sound like it's further away. Smaller, more intimate room. You're right in there with the thing. Yeah. Especially when you're playing like guitar or drums. Like, pow. It sounds like it's taking a while to hit the back of the room. It's really cool. It's another second acoustic trick. You can even adjust the amount of decay and all that stuff, so that way when you do, and it does that latency, whatever, adjust how again with the EQ and stuff, you can adjust how far back it sounds, how clear it is. It's really, really, really crazy what you can do now. In the comfort of your own home, it's just insane. You go to different fucking studios. Oral River. I do like this one. This one's really nice. You got the ER, early reflections. You have regular reverb. You have the wet, dry mix. bring this back, but then there's a lot. You can adjust the low, bring the low up, take the low out, bring the low in, take it out, peak, check one, take it all the way out, bring it in, diffusion, how much it's, just room size, bring the room size a little bit smaller. Modulation depth, modulation speed, check. One, check. Decay time. Hey, there you go. You can adjust that wide. You know, this is more of a mono reverb. If you want to be more 3D, just widen it up a bit. And then take the wet dry down, bring the decay time, pre-delay, so it's a bit longer, check. It's kind of like you're in a cave, because you can hear the person, but it's not like it's decaying way the fuck back there. Or way the fuck up there, the sound is something that's terribly behind. Especially if I were to treat the wet up, then it would sound more like a bird, it's more to it. Yeah, but you turn it way up so that way it's mostly, if not all, dry. So you just dry out. Take the ER out, the early reflection. You take the reverb out completely. Take the wet, dry out. Great fun, great fun. There's that fun with this shit. I really do. Excited on it. This is what I'm talking about, the consoles. So you can load without fucking up. There we go. Alright, so this is the Lifeline console. See if I can see better on my side. Okay. As you can see, maybe not. Let's bring this up there like that. This was free when I got it. It has modules that you can get to by, the advanced right here. There's the main and advanced. You can click that tab and it'll go to the back and you can actually adjust how much, where that breaks. A lot of stuff instead of just the way it is right here. That's pretty good. I probably should get rid of some of the bass end though. Yeah, and it started getting very much clearer. You don't hear all those rumblies. And so, boom. But you get rid of that right there. It's got a pre-EQ. You can adjust that to give how much push, pull, how much bass. Pull, this brings how much bass, and you bring it in there, how much push gets out of there. It doesn't really even need that. I would like to have a different thing here where we got warm. Check one. Yeah, that probably just gives more of an analog kind of feel. That's not bad. I'll leave that on there like that. And then kind of the EQ, and it gets rid of a lot of the rumble. Check one. Compressor's on, modulation's on, and the wear is on. So let's go to compression next. And the threshold, you can see the actual line right here. And then you start crossing the threshold, so it'll start interacting with. You see here, it's already starting. Check 1, 2. It's starting with the little bit of compression in there as it crosses that threshold. See? And then the next 100%, you can let the auto make up. It pumps it back up an extra 1.5. So you turn that off. Check 1 is the same volume. So you can see exactly what it's doing. Check 1, check 2. It's not doing too much. Let's bring the, you can hear it pumping now. So that you don't want to do too much like that pumping type thing. You want to have it, especially on vocals. Sometimes you do want it to go really pump, but for the most part, you just want it to kind of smooth and fairly transparent. There's an analog, yeah, see transparent right there. That's especially true. And then the analog, you can hear the bass kind of kicking in a little bit. Transparent doesn't color it at all. And then variable will switch between the two, obviously. So I'd rather have like either transparent or analog. Fucking analog, let's go with the warm. And then turn the modulation on. There's tape modulation, vinyl, and cassette. Let's go with vinyl and check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I can hear it kind of moving up and down like that. So. Straw that broke your our regular scheduled program. Oh, you can hear that. That's pretty cool. Can you move these in location? That'd be really cool. Can you adjust that? Maybe when you get the pay version. Tape. Well, that's a big ass sign. It goes off the thing. Hey, now, what are you doing? My tape got. And then he said, but I don't know where I got lost at that thing. And then by the time I went to prison, Friday is a great time to be alive. I put my foot in there, you know what I mean? And that's kind of got stuck. Anyways, going on to the next one, the wear, tape wear artifacts. These little sprinkles. And the A just make it a little as me. Hello there, boy. I'll tell you what. Boy, when I was your age, tape decks came in one color, and you had to rewind. I should do that for a song. This is and then if you gotta fist somebody, you gotta fist. Been better. I've also been worse. I'm sorry for pooping on your couch. Let's see, Vital. Oh, yeah. I do kind of like that. Turn that effects down. Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey. Hello, my ragtime gal. And we can do one of these right here. Baby, don't you fear. Oh, we got to put it on vinyl there if we're going to do this. And just walking in a winter wonderland. Moon comes rising up, and you're not here, my love. Imitation scratching. Alright, so cassette tape. Why is it going? It wouldn't do that. That maybe, yeah. But yeah, that would definitely, maybe. Yeah, then it crosses over the head. I remember when they came up with Dolby noise reduction, because all your tapes were like this, and then you showed the Dolby noise reduction goes. I was still there. We're just like, what did you do? Oh, Mr. Dolby, thank you. Because it was in between songs. And just starts going being. especially in your car and shit. Turn that down. I'll fucking turn that mod off. You know what? We've already done all the shit there. And there's another one. We pulled the Need Prestige console. If it's there, I see some Prestige. Worldwide Prestige. Oh, it's Noise Ash. Never mind. Noise Ash. Oh, Need would be like if it was a Need. So Noise Ash does make both of them. That's why I got confused. That's what I saw, and I thought it was Neve or Need. But that's like the company instead of Neve. Can these move around? I don't know if they can or not. So yeah, you got all these different things. Turn it off, turn it off, turn it off. So the first thing you have is a saturator. Can I make this larger? Yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So you can do the width right there and adjust that. This is just normal width. These are all off. So if you want to adjust the saturation, the tube saturation, if you don't have any, you want to give it a little bit more of an analog and a bit of a boost in the sound, you can adjust the drive there. It gives a little bit of excitement to it. And then you can adjust tube 1, tube 2, distortion. You can turn the filters on and off. The filters adjust whether or not that's going to be going through the high pass and the low pass. And just to give the EQ a boost before you even get there, because it has one too, you can try and figure out where your voice kind of sits. Like, okay, my voice sounds pretty good there, but let's see when it starts losing that characteristic. Right about 120, you can hear it start going away. So bring it about like 80. It's still got that presence there. Got a little bit of high end on there. I don't like that kind of I mean, I wouldn't mind bumping around 10, but anything like 11 or above, I probably want to get that out of there. And then you have the even harmonics. You can adjust minimum or maximum, how much they're harmonics and how much drive. You can kind of hear it a little bit both right there. Let's see, check 1, check 2, check 3, check 4. You can hear the high pass kick in and stuff like that. So bring the drive down so I don't have so much hiss. Yeah, that'll work. And then this is a compression, channel strip compression, but it looks very much like a bus. So you have your meter right here, and the first thing you would want to adjust would be your threshold until you see it start moving. If it does, if it will even, it's not moving at all. Okay, there we go. So I try and get to bumping about like 4, and that's kind of like, I won't say imperceivable, but it helps without any kind of real detriment, you know. If you start going like 10 and stuff like that, it starts getting, you start squashing and pumping because everything is, it's supposed to just make everything when it kind of hits that and goes down and so, yeah. And so, yeah, it's not like a brick wall or anything like that, but it does. Fast release. Don't want a slow attack, want a somewhat attack. If you do a fast attack, you see how fast it's re-engaging. As soon as the sound starts coming through, it starts trying to clamp on it. If we give it a little bit more breathing room, it sounds more natural because it lets you more information come through before it activates the clamp down. So you want somewhere in there where it's actually clamping down, but you don't want it to be sounding artificial and fucked up like that. So, yes, we're on there. We're good. This one has, and some of them, a lot of them do now, side chain filter. What that would do would be allow you to basically send the frequency, like the high pass. It doesn't go into the compressor at all because bass tends to take up a lot of information and power. It's a very, very strong signal. Whereas as you can hear, like that's, there we go. Where's the thing? Okay, here they are. That's just a weaker sound. You'd have to pump that up a whole lot more to get the sound. Whereas that right there is automatically louder. Even that right there is louder. Feeling, even though it's the same voice, than that just feels weaker and more brittle. So if it's going to the compressor, it's barely jumping. But when we go down there, it starts jumping again. And we bring it down here, and it's still jumping. Look, it's still pumping up there. But if we go back up to here, it's not really doing a whole lot of anything. It's barely even grabbing it. So what you do is take the sidechain filter, and I take everything like below 80, so that way it's kind of like the EQ. Hell, I'd go like 88, that'd be fine. And then bring this back down to 80, okay, 84. And now everything below 88 doesn't even go to the compressor, but it still triggers that, and yeah, I like it. I dig it. Dig it, dig it, dig it, dig it, dig it, dig it. So you got a S sound for, you got a tamer. This is a de-esser. And see how it starts getting this, all those sibilant sounds. And the amount, you crank the amount up. There we go. Frequency. Listen to. That's probably it. Give it a little bit more time to text. Release, fast release. That grabs more of it there instead of trying to grab both or in the valley there. Yeah, it's not, which one sounds better, that one or that one? That one sounds pretty good. Fast release, threshold. It's still kind of doing it, but I'm not going to be that close to it anyways. Come on now, dude. What are you doing to me? Anyways, try and get rid of that a little bit more. And I still got the gap, so it's going to whistle anyways from time to time. We are on the EQ part now. So here we are at the EQ. Since I've watched that one about getting the guitar tone, I tend to start on the high end, because that way, again, the bass has a lot more power, and so you probably need a lot less of it. So start on the sky, which would be the shimmer. Here, the air in the top there is just very airy, and it adds a little bit of I don't know if an intimacy, but it is clarity, definite clarity, especially when you're bringing up the bass in and stuff, because that's going to be some muddy, and you're going to need something to counteract that. A lot of this, again, is just making up decisions, but long before, you're figuring out what this is before you try to go into any effects or anything like that, but you're already kind of thinking that ahead. Once you get this kind of down, you're just going to go, okay, yeah, I know I'm going to need about that much to brighten it up, but probably not that, probably like 2. You start learning that it doesn't take anywhere near as much. You can even adjust the type of bands that you're going to use. This has got UK or US. So if you do the US, it doesn't have the Q version. You can adjust the frequency, but you cannot adjust the Q. I like having the Q so that you can find out exactly where you want to affect. So like if you're doing like that, you can just adjust it until it finds like a very high frequency, a very fine point. And I don't remember which one it is. Is it this one? I think this is the one that very fine points it, and then you just scoop. If you hear that whistle. So then I bring that back down, a bit wider, and then completely scoop that out if I want to, and it starts to clean up that sound there. Or if I just bring it down, it also does start to clean it up, as opposed to that there, it kind of scoops it out of there. Then let's go to this one. That was 3. Let's go to fucking 800. Sharp Q. And check 1. That's kind of annoying. Check 1. Yeah, you hear us. It's kind of annoying sound. And if you were to do this, you'd have like tons of them. So you want to find the most annoying ones if you're going to do it this way. And because it's not a really efficient way of doing it, honestly. There are people that swear by it. You hear it cutting out there. Check 1, 2. People that swear by it. It's got a pretty dope sound, I think. Especially if I bring some of the bass back in with this right here. So somewhere around 100. And boost that up a bit. Maybe bring that up a little bit. That up a little bit. That up a bit. And We're Kush After Hours, and we're here to talk to you about. Do I have a great voice? Yes. Am I going to abuse it? No. Now, if you'll just bend on the right. What? There's nothing wrong if you want to do the butt all night long. I'm just trying to say we get cushy after hours. So, I give the guy shit, but he does have a cool voice. He does really good music. I can't help it. He's got, he knows how to tune his voice. If I could tone my voice that way, I probably would be too like, hi, how's it going? It's Sean Battle. And we're talking tonight about politics. Hope I have your attention and you're tuning in. You've got your snacks and your pillow, towel if necessary. No, I will be applying lotion on my hands throughout the evening. Don't pay any attention. That doesn't mean anything. All right, so that, scope that back in. You can kind of hear the heater coming in already. And the thing about this, you can attenuate the boost also. It's kind of got the, not pull check. Is it pull check? Yeah, the pull check style where if all of them had it, you could both boost and cut, which is a very weird thing to be able to do. And it's just like the attenuation cuts out almost like a lower frequency. You know what I mean? They do it like a weird thing, so it does bump it. Well, it cuts it down and kind of brings it. It doesn't like cut everything down like it would. And when you bring it up, it doesn't bring everything up like it would. So it does a weird effect. See, I can take the attenuation out of there. You can hear it. And then take the boost out, and you can hear that. If I were to just drop the attenuation, you can hear that goes way away, and then bring the boost in, and suddenly it's kind of, it doesn't counteract it by any means, but it does have a weird correlation between the two, and you can adjust the frequency that's happening at. Yeah, that's a little bit better. It's kind of check one, check two. Ain't terrible, but it ain't great. And I'm just messing around right now anyway, so doesn't really matter. Check one. See, I definitely, that's just an annoying frequency right there, so just get that out of there. And that one's not, sound, it's already even a little bit, so just bringing it out. So just get rid of it. At least scoop some of it and round it out. So then we have delay. Check. Drive is on there. Turn that down. Ground control, major tone. Duck. So if you do it right, it should duck out of the way of the other. The delay. Should duck out. Does it or no, it's not? Check 1, 2, 3, 4. Bring the duck amount up there. And where's the feedback? Check 1, 2, 3, 4. Check 1, 2, 3, 4. Check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, 12, 37. So they come through pretty clearly instead of just stacking. Yeah, as I start talking, you can kind of hear the back when here comes back in. As long as I'm talking, the delay always kind of tucks behind there, ducks back behind. But if I stop talking, pretty cool. Right delay, left delay. We're going to stereo. So let's go put this one at half and this one at quarter. Check. That's rather slow. Why are you not going left and right? Check. It's still mono. Maybe there's a mono track coming in. Maybe that's why. Fuck, that's a lot of cut. You hear it coming in? Check. Clean up all that extra background noise. And you can adjust that. I tend to do it just so I can know that you are doing what I want them to do. Adjustment, man, that sounds like a very much a situation where there'd be so even the what. Things you learn in school. Things you learn in school. Delay, select. Oh, cool. You can choose which kind of plate. Plate 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And they get more and more severe. So, if you want to just a gentle plate, whatever, you can also choose room. And that's really cool. There's just different kinds of, you can hear the different sound of the reverb. Check 1, check 2. It's much more like you're in a room, whereas opposed to this is just like a thing of the plate is vibrating. This is just like the natural decay of the room. And you can adjust that like that, a little bit delay in there. Low gain. You can adjust how much the high goes into there and how much the low goes in and comes out. You can take out the low end, scoop everything below 130. I've been having an urge to watch Captain America. I'm not even really that huge on it. I guess I've watched other ones so much. I've watched Doctor Strange a million times. This has got the ducking amount, so as you see, as I'm talking, you can hear it backing off. And then slow, a duck time amount. Yeah, so now it kind of ducks out there, but it's not quite so pumpy-ish, you know. That'd be pretty cool, like I said, if you're doing live and you don't want it to be all fucking swampy as shit, you know, it starts getting way overdone with this shit. And then, like, you know what broadcast I did, and then if you didn't want to do that, you bring the duck around, and then it kind of clears it up. At least if you do like about there. But if it was like this, echo, 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 that should be a rattle echo. And then that's the echo done. You can change it from analog to digital. It's got a compressor on the back end. It's got a noise gate on the front end. Check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I wish this one would work really well. Check. 1. It's not bad, but it doesn't want to give up either. That's not good. There, check. 1, 2, 3. Check. 1, 2, 3. It's got a compressor on there. You can put it on the 3 or post. I put it on the 3 after the noise gate. Bring the noise gate down a little bit. Attack pretty fast and release slower. No. I don't know how to get it to be less intense. I mean, if you drop the threshold, why doesn't that have a mix? Wouldn't that be cool? That's the threshold. You wanted it to cut off. You just want to be able to come in and out. So you adjust the dry wet. Well, let's give it a try. Fuck it, I don't know. All right, turn the gate off there, so it's just obviously causing problems. Off the compressor, compression, check 1, 2, see, it starts to compress everything down. You can either just do about a little bit of compression and then make up for it by bringing that in if you want, or fuck that, just turn it off, you know? Phase it if it's not, if you have 2 or 3 copies of the same thing, you can phase one and that way it won't sound quite the same. You can start a little bit later. There's a plugin called Double Take from 5dB5, also Audio Soul, and it will make it sound like you've double tracked because it causes like it's almost like a chorus that varied and randomly, because that's what happens when you're playing, even if you're playing the same track, you're going to slip up a little bit compared to the first way you played it. The good thing is it causes it to be thicker sounding, because they're not exactly, if they're exactly the same, they would just match up and it cause some phasing issues and shit like that. But because that's not the way it goes, you can change things about and do things around, do the hokey pokey and turn it all about, or whatever the fuck they say. Blue Cat. I really like Blue Cat's effects. They're free. The whole thing is the chorus, flanger, free amp, gain, phaser, and triple EQ. But the stereo chorus is just incredible. I fucking love this thing. You can't change that, but you can change, I mean, the wet, dry, you can adjust it and make it like huge. You can adjust the spread, the rate at which it goes, the depth, the delay, how long it takes. You can make some really fucked up effects. Bring that down, bring the delay, the depth, the rate, bring that down a bit, bring gain up to 0. That's kind of getting a little bit of almost a feedback-ish kind of sound. But you can go full on wet, or you can go just a bit. I usually use it like this when I'm singing, so that way it gives the main vocal something that makes the stem different. So these ones are in the background. They'll have like EQ, delay, and reverb with their backup vocals. So this one's going to be like the main standout. And so instead of sounding like this, going forward, it's like, love, all I know is you come as fast as you go, swaying with a houndstooth grin. I just like that, and if nothing else, I'll have the second, like a backup, like the main one will just be singing like this with no effect and probably a lot cleaner. And this one, the backup vocals of that will be behind it and have this on there, so it's just like stacking them, making them bigger sounding. But that's chorus. It's let's see if we can know what to get some of the other ones here. Harmonic was that. Ivy Road Vinyl, Berserk Distortion. Oh, there's a new one. I didn't grab that. Oh, I got 2 new ones today. From Black Friday, there was one from UAD. I got the Century, whatever, tube console. I figured it's worth to get the console. I'm hoping the sale's still going when I get paid, so I can get there's like, if you buy 3 at $69, which is a good price, you get 3 for free. So it's like 6 for $69, like fucking $12 for plug and plug in. I'm kind of like, yeah. Because they have some really good ones, like the Vox Vocal Box, and there's a Direct Box. UAD takes quite a bit of processing, but again, I have it, so if I ever step up my computer and get much faster, or get an Apollo interface or something like that, I will have everything I need to go ahead and do that. I wonder what it would sound like with 2. Does it sound any weirder? Yeah, well, it sounds fucking weird. What does this do, though? Checking 1. Oh, the band pass? Interesting. Weird. Okay. So, yeah, that's funky. The wet out. Check 1, 2. If you want to fuck with shit and make things really weird. Why you gotta go make it weird, man? Why you gotta go and make it weird? Check 1, 2. Check 1, 2. Check 1, 2. Check. Check 1, 2. Why you gotta make it weird, bro? What's up with you? Why you gotta make it weird? Huh? You adjust the frequency, what's getting affected, and you bring it up higher so you can hear it a little bit clearer. Cut off modulation, resonance, turn that up. Turn it down, the number of voices in that shit. That's just fucking weird sounding. I like it. It just stands out. It's a bit different. Put some delay on there and some reverb. I'm ready to fucking blow things out. But then, yeah, if you turn the chorus off, it has not the same effect. And then they say with the refract, they each lend their own thing to it. Even in fact, the order that they're stacked in causes them to sound differently. So yeah, this is with the fract on the back side. Check 1, 2. This is with on the front side. It's not a ton, but you can hear how the phase and the things like the chorus stands out more because it's being the refract is being chorused, whereas the chorus being refracted just didn't have the same effect. If you want to get rid of that, but a similar kind of sound, put it on the backside, because then it won't it won't chorus out the thing. But speaking of flange, is this boring? I don't know if this is boring. It's almost 2 hours. I like talking about this stuff. Flanger. There's an actual flanger here. This is there's only a certain number of plugins you can actually put. They've been searching all this shit out for a long time, and yeah, I would dare say that they've got this shit figured out pretty well. This is just adjusting the modulation, and then the rate at which it gets adjusted, how fast, so that you can see the waves, and they get kind of shorter, and you can actually kind of see it as this and then that's the depth, so like how far up and how far down, then adjust the depth, so it's just going a little bit shorter, and then the spread, the rate also will adjust how fast that's going. So if you even want like a large depth to make it do some, you can do that, but then with a slower speed, you can get the sound, you adjust the spread, all that stuff. Got a good spread. To quote, it's got a good spread. I wonder how much he gets that yelled at him, Bill Burr. It's got a good spread. I'm gonna get a shiny one. What do I know? And then again, you can get something like this Butch Vig vocals, and you can pretend that it's going to be the key to Kurt Cobain's voice, But it looks really cool. It kind of looks like steampunkish, if you will. And it got some really cool sounds, and it may even have some things he used. There's a high cut. Once you learn how to do the different shit, it's fairly easy to figure out how to do things. And then you just get right there, right about there. And then air, bring the air in a little bit. Presence, bring that in. Lows, bring that in. Yeah, that's got a pretty good sound. Then just that's too trebly. Bring down to about 80. Yeah, because it's not even there. You start noticing this going in and, dropping out. So it's got the meters where you get in, the gain reduction. This will just, and the output, how loud it's getting out. The DS. Oh, is it a de-esser? Maybe. Or dynamics. Oh, that's a de-esser right there. And then the gain reductions for the compressor. You can watch how much gain reduction is going on. You see it right there, jumping now. I don't know if does it have a threshold? No, it's just about a compression you want to put on there. Check 1. Yeah, you see it dipping out. And then you can just the in, turn it mid dip. Where do we want to turn that? 1, 2, 3, 4. Check 1. Saturation, low cut, and then you can adjust whether it's a tube kind of distortion, focus. There we go. It's just adjusting what's up there. Turn the compression down. Fuck it, let's turn the air and presence down so we can do some of the shit there. I'm gonna even turn the high pass. What was that? You went way too late, my friend. Check 1. Okay, so the tube. This is completely off. There's no distortion. You start moving towards the tube distortion, and there you start coming in, and then that's how much tube distortion you want to put on there. And then you can adjust whether it's a solid state or a tube right there. And, when I'm not monitoring, it probably sounds a lot better. When I'm monitoring, there's a possibility of feedback, especially with the microphones. But if you're just playing around, monitoring, but playing it back, it wouldn't have that. So you can do all like the distortion and make it sound like really cool. And Maybe you won't have a gap and really sharply every now and then. I don't care. It's my music. I was thinking about that today. I was like, no one's buying my music or listening to it, but I'm making music, honestly, for me. Not by choice necessarily, but it ends up like I've got my own, wherever I go, I've got my own soundtrack. I dig my music. I like it. And put on my earbuds and, if I'm going around town, I mean, how many people can say that? You got 11 albums at your disposal of just your music and your shit. You like listening to it. Fuck, it's like, I can't remember how many hours it was. Like, at least like 11 hours of music. Not bad. So if I go somewhere, good to go, man. Because you're not going to listen to 11 hours back to back. And even if you are, that's just my stuff unless that's anything else I have. I got other, full discographies of Soundgarden, Pantera, Pearl Jam, on and on. So this is an interesting plugin. It's called Silk. And it was also free. I don't know if it was a Black Friday also. That's the thing. I think it tells you what you're actually adjusting. You can kind of hear it a bit better, but then you turn it off. So for vocals, this has a dynamic what the fuck is that? Renaissance folks. I mean, you can crank the volume way the fuck up if you want to. You can adjust right there. And then if you want to balance, it's got like an EQ and that. So it's kind of like L2, Renaissance folks. It's got an EQ and, is that a de-esser? No, it doesn't have a de-esser, but it's got male, female. You can hear you kind of change it a little bit. You can adjust where the low cutoff is. I'd say let it be back. Yeah, that was a good place for 300, and then the high. Yeah, I'd rather get I'd rather get high, but that's good for me for high. And if you want to adjust things, go to the next band, turn that off. Okay, this is the mid, and what sounds good versus whatever, adjust that a bit. And go to the bass, and if you turn it up or down, you got the clarify. Oh, it's a multi-band compressor here. I'm just not noticing that. Okay, so selected this one. Check 1, check 2, how much you compress it. Very nice. And then if you don't, it's right there. But this kind of just tames the frequencies. Let's listen to this. Check 1, yeah, it's just really capturing those and clamping down on it. Turn that off, and then you got a pretty good vocal sound. I'm not saying the best, but comparatively like that, it definitely cleans it up. You can hear the difference, literally hear the difference between this right here and how without any effect on it, it's very muddy, and then just a little bit of high end comes in. Not a little bit, but quite a bit. And I like it. Again, you can adjust. If it's not loud enough, you just keep adjusting the volume. And if I wasn't monitoring, you could get a lot louder. So this is another free one. They give away free ones from time to time, especially when new ones come out. They got new setups. So this is like a randomizer. You can adjust the what kind of distortion you're gonna have, how much drive, the density of it. And it's pretty fucking tough. You can hear there's buzz, so it's got a little bit less. And then we have some just wow, fully crashed, I was destroyed. Frame sounds fucked up, freaky. There's all those different shit you can do. You can tweak it out so that the Berserk tweaks it for you. Link these all together. HD on go. Just a low. Okay, you can adjust actually the tone of if you know what key you're in, you can adjust what that's all about. Let's bring the drive down a bit so it's not so. Oh, wow, that's fucking sick. I like that. Not just the mix so that we're still coming through, and then just crank that fucker all the way up. So then they're left and right. Temperature, hot or cold. I like this plugin. I've never really used it before, but I'm liking it a lot now. High pass and low pass, nice. So, dynamics, oh fuck yeah. There we go. I can adjust the threshold. How fucking sick is this plugin? How are you? Would this be an EVP? Take me down here. I don't know. I'm not well. Interesting. Rider. Oh, I wonder if it rides the volume and yeah, because they were making ones that could do that. All right, let's get the distortion off of there. Now, if you just have a little bit, it can help a whole lot. I mean, this is the one knob driver right here. This is probably more like what people would want to deal with, unless you're trying to go for some crazy shit like I was just doing. Like if you're planning on doing stuff, you want a complex distortion. Other than that, you want to warm up the tone a little bit, and maybe give some character, almost like an older sound, until you start getting into the really distortion and a lot of drive, and then it starts feeding back, or you can just crank it the fuck up and be distorted as shit. But yeah, as long as you're doing something like that, it just kind of crisps it up and makes it not, stand out again out of the mix. It just jumps out of the mix as opposed to sitting in there like this, and all of a sudden it's like, yeah, let's go. Kind of bratty sounded, if you will. Head rush, IK multimedia, isotope, vocal doubler. This is a really good one if you want to see, it's just something real simple. It's separation. You can adjust how much separation. Boom, 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 boom. Or bring it in and adjust how much variation, and then adjust that out, variation and separation, and you have, sorry for talking so slow about it, I'm getting a little bit of delay, and it's causing me to slow down my talking. It's weird how that happened. It's like you're not synced up, and then just don't want to. It's easier to talk slowly because it's a latency. What can you do? Oh, turn the fucking effects off. That's one thing you can do. Remove plug-in. There we go. And now we're in real time again. So, yeah, 2 hours and 2 minutes. I am not done unless anyone wants to go. You can head out anytime you want to, of course. I think tonight I'm going to make some chicken. I'm going to make the cake. That vegan pot cake. I want to make some, I can make some pot chocolate. With pot butter. Yeah, that'll be good. Gotta get it out and thaw it out so that it mixes well. Otherwise it'll chill the freshly heated chocolate. So I'll do that here in a little bit. It's only 5 o'clock. But yeah, it's just so easy to just pop one in there. So I still got chocolate, I still got pot, I still got tramadol. I'm doing good, man. I'm doing really great. So speaking of, let's smoke some more pot. I went in there and saw there's 3 more packages of unopened packages of crumble and sugar. I got 3 in here. Well, one's, yeah, and they got that one in the fridge, which is potent. Pardon me there. Pardon-moi. Mon chéri, mon That's what I meant to say, not mi amor. You gotta be Spanish, right? I couldn't remember what Pepe Le Pew would say. Come on with some music, man. Something what I could even play. Like the sound of reverb makes me feel more comfortable when I'm singing. Both my voice is a little blown out, so I probably won't sing as hard this time. Find a little reverb, doesn't matter what. IR live. That'll work. Check 1, 2. Bring that down a bit, so we don't want to interfere. We just want a little bit of a little safety blanket, if you will. Call me Linus. You know? It makes me feel better. Being called Linus, not the safety blanket. Very depressing. instruments that I play, if I were to play the songs live, it'd be easiest for me to play drums. Because I can remember how the songs go and the order and what it goes, and plus I can look at the drums as I go. Because I know how many times or whatever, but as far as actually remembering the exact. Dissonance, because if you hone in, you can find the root of the dissonance, no matter how chaotic. And there's that one I did. Sounds terrible. That work out, and then figure out how you want it to go together. Like I was doing the I had like 3 different versions, and so I was like, fuck it, use all of them, will say about cock rock is that they had dramaticness to it. You know, there's like a whole show. There's a whole. There's part of the show with the guys who get together and play back to back or whatever. You know what I mean? And pyrotechnics, right? With the, you know, or right when it dominates the snare. Fucking AC/DC, holy shit. For those about to rock. They had cannons on the fucking stage, man. Cannons. They didn't have cannonballs, but you can see the fucking gun smoke out of my ass. I wasn't even right there. I was off to the side and like a bit back from the stage, and it was just forward, one gun salute. I'm like, oh hell yeah, yeah, for those about to rock. Oh fuck! Whoa, what the fuck was that? I had one of those. It's at my dad. It was at my dad's house. I don't know if it still is. Money Talks dollars from the. I just made doo-doo. It's doo-doo. I'm gonna do that, like a little breakdown with some drumming here. Let's load a kit. I like to load a 5-time of some sort so we can get the whole. It's not gonna do that anyways. It's not gonna play all 5 times. So let's just go ahead and load a 3-time if we can find one. Oh, now get out of my way there. Big computers. Let's go to your ass over here. What? Oh, okay, you got 2. What? Where's 50? Right there? Okay. What? Yeah, check this out. Okay, so like I couldn't get the drums to enlarge like this. Because the old version, I don't know what the fuck was wrong with it, but I installed all the old shit because it wouldn't, see, it was about this big. And then when you try to increase the screen, it would increase this, but the scale, that's the largest you get. So you get this big fucking screen to look at it. This is as large as you get. It turns out in the older version, oh, look at there, you get right up on the fucking drums. Pretty nice, pretty nifty, pretty cool. Pretty spiffy even. So let's just bring up a beat real quick and let's work on like small parts, like the kick and shit. Right. Effects, let's turn all the effects off. So we already got too much volume right there, that's fine. Because let's see, check this out. You can find out what the pieces do. Oh, you can't hear that, can you? I don't know why that's not. Okay, I'm gonna drop that. let's just focus on the kick. Just focus on the kick right now. Tune that in some bit. I didn't start out with compression. Just that side chain filter to keep high pass filter to usually adjust anything below like 48 or 50 because I tend like a low. I was going to hit the sub kick. People suggest where to cut it off in different places. That's where I cut mine off. You do yours as you want to make sure you feel good about your kick drum. Oh, that's right. You guys turn the power on the effects. Automatically, we just bring that down. Now I can turn the limit off and see what happens. Yeah, you start retaining that a lot. Without 137 over with, it's catching its peaks. It stays about the same volume. There's no makeup on there. There's a little bit of makeup on there. I feel like the top end, and with metal and stuff, it's almost like a papery, slappy kind of sound. But with like funkier stuff, you have like a really thick bass end. And I try to combine the two so you can get the metal sounding with the fast kind of papery sound, but with the thick fatness in order to like really drive the kick. I think it should be doom, 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 like it should be hitting you in the same area. But like Pantera, it's like they purposely just cut everything, and it's very thin sounding. I'd love to go back and remix it, bring Rex up, the bass up, and then bring that kick drum up. I guarantee that if it's groove metal, it would have a lot more groove if that bass was in there, and so with the kick drum. My opinion. Last thing to put on there is a transient shaper. Let me go ahead and get the EQ and control that one first. Cool thing is that with BFD, just like unlike a real thing, if this thing bleed through, you don't want there, just turn it off. Fuck. Commissioner's still getting some problems, so doesn't want to do the knobs or not. I mean, they're moving. It looks like it might be operating. I don't know. Let's find out. Click there. It starts compressing, then I know. I was going to play this kit for a little bit and then call it a day on this BFD. This. Oh yeah, I adjusted my kit a whole lot. Let me turn this effects off so I don't forget that later on. I adjusted my kit a whole lot to make it more effective for playing. Clamped down one that kept letting it slide, and then rocked the snare up because it was sitting a little bit like below my lap. You want it sitting like right there, and so I brought it up a little bit. And I spread the legs out. So when I said spread the legs out a bit, that's why I had them so tight, so that it would sit lower. But when you adjust that tripod at the bottom, it actually brings as you bring the tripods out, the centerpieces go up and it gets taller. I'm like, well, that sucks. I was hoping to spread it out and go shorter. Because at that point in time, I was sitting in a chair with oh, that's that bottom, isn't it? It was way low, and I started making my knees kind of fucking feel weird. I was, like this picture, back, there we go. So it's more like that and down rather than not coming up because leg problems in Charlotte. All right, let's go play some drums. Microphones. I don't know if you can or not, but I gotta fix that because it's driving me nuts. Jack, don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. There's a wrong Jack. Don't you bring your ass back no more. You heard what the fuck I said. Filter, 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 filter. Fishes on the wishes, dishes on the ledge of a dream. Do you know what I mean? This has got a noise gate. Can you turn the noise gate on and there's the power on that? Hey, now, the depth is pretty harsh on that. Let's bring the... check. 1, 2. Fast release and a fairly fast attack. Check. Check 1, 2. 1, 2. Once it goes past that, then it'll let through and then it'll release. Check 1, 2. That's pretty good, clean, but I don't like the way it. If it was on stage or something, this would definitely hella do because of the fact that, you know, it just killed all that shit. Plus, I'd want to be able to turn on the delay and shit. So if I had the chorus and all that stuff on from this one right here. It works when you're singing, you know. Nothing like the sun. All right, how's everybody doing tonight? Yeah, that way kind of thing. 2 hours and 43 minutes. I should probably start working on dinner pretty soon. 6:07. Oh man, I keep hoping that it's fucking dead. One day that this one of these days will be the day that motherfucker is. I consider that fucker revealed. Why the fuck else would he not want those Epstein files released? Why would he be stalling like that? Then the other option of it, that's what I've gotten into my in my head a little bit too much because it's like, if I'm right, then blah, blah, blah. If I'm wrong, then blah, blah, blah. And I tend to lead more into the risk, making sure that I don't fuck up, you know, and so I'm just like, more than likely I failed, you know? And so I tend to lean on that one first. And then if anything, try and figure a way out of that. How did I get out of this fuck up again? And it usually works out, but not it always works out so far, but then, you can always win. As I said, for me, the test of this seems way too fucking easy for it to be right. But at the same time, I'm seeing all the fucking things that are wrong out there. And it's so obvious to me that it feels like a setup, you know what I mean? Like, this is just, the test is too easy. The answers are all out fucking there, and it's easy to get to, and, like, nobody else got it. I mean, like, I'm not talking about nobody else got it, but nobody else got it, like, right. And that's unreal, you know? It's like when the teacher said you can get credit or credit plus. You get no credit, or credit plus. He's like, I'm really disappointed there's only one credit plus in this whole class. Well, that ain't fucking me. I fucking failed this motherfucker. I'm inventing my own story, you know? And during the test, I did not get a credit plus. He handed my test, and mine says credit plus on it. In front of all the class. Good job. I was like, because I said I didn't study and all this. It just makes me kind of hated by people. Especially when I said, I tell people when they want to copy off my test, you don't want to do that. I'm just guessing. It's my best guess, and it's a pretty good guess, but if I'm wrong, I don't want to take the fucking fall for you failing. I didn't study, and I can do that to me. Don't copy off my test. You got 100%, you got 98. How? Change my formula, but it doesn't mean you can do it. I just think this cheesiest, shittiest fucking plot line that would make it a classic What's something that's been overplayed nowadays? What's something that'd be very dramatic back then, but not so crazy nowadays because times have changed? All that hard to figure out. Whisper song of winter in your heart. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna put some skimming trees and just cook some dinner. Wish you're here. I'll cook for you. Chicken. Can make rice and gravy. Oh, I got cheddar broccoli rice. Yeah, I think that's what I have, and some mixed vegetables. Oh, I have sourdough bread. It's already pre-sliced. I prefer it to not be, so I can make my own garlic bread. So I take a sourdough and just butter it and put some like Tony Creole seasoning and some garlic. As we said, just kiss their butthole and fireworks go off. That's the spicy sauce. But yeah, I love cooking. I really do. I've always loved it because, like I said, I started when I was like 5. And yeah, I was cooking for the whole family five by the time I was like 10. And just became a habit of cooking for 5, you know. It wasn't even that big of a deal. I'd get home from school, I didn't have anything else to really do, and I definitely didn't do my fucking homework. So I'd fuck off, and then fried chicken, spaghetti, whatever the fuck, you know. My mom would leave what was supposed to be cooked. I'm not saying she never did, but I mean, I did it frequently. Even set the table and shit. It's fuck. I'm getting on money because I'm getting fucked up this weekend. You are not stopping me from getting fucked up. Grounding my ass. You guys go to sleep in my bedroom's on the ground floor. The window, at my front window, is just too easy to get the fuck out of. I remember one time I got home, they said, be home by 11 or midnight. Whatever it was, they were going to be awake. And so I got home, I came in, I was like, hey, how's it going? Blah, blah, blah. Hey, I'm going to go to bed. And they're like, okay. And so I go to my bedroom and I kind of look out and I can hear whatever. I think my mom went upstairs and my dad is he was out there in the living room and the den and just pass on the floor like all the time. I just pass out. So I like waited for just a little bit. I wasn't at the window and I realized I wouldn't even fucking hear it. So I just opened the front door and just kind of gently kind of closed it behind me, walked down the front. They were stopped like a little bit further down the street and the engine was off and then the lights were off. And so I get out there and meet up. You're just pushing the car down the fucking thing and then crank it up and drive the fuck off. I was in long enough to say, hey, I'm in before curfew. You know, I'm at home. All right, I'm going to go ahead and go to bed. I'm tired. Okay. Right back out the fucking door. We went and got fucking drunk as shit. Cops busted. That was fucking insane. It's all totally Trey and Opie's fault too. Fuck. And they're the only ones that got in trouble, really. Oh, Trey's the only one that got in trouble. Because Opie's parents didn't really fucking give a shit. And Opie's parents are Sarah's parents. And Trey's parents, oh, fuck, it's yet another situation where Trey gets in trouble, and I'm there. And they're like looking at me like, once again, it was not me. Was I drinking? Yes, but I wasn't stupid enough to get in the car and put my beer under the car. Cop says you do that, and next thing you know, we go into the car, and there's a cop sitting there waiting, checking IDs. So as they're going through the different people, they went and called Trey's parents, and they were going to they called Opie's parents, and Opie just slides over to me. He's like, you stay with us. Because I just snuck out And I was like, oh, God damn it. I died today. I died today. Today's the day I die. I get home. Fuck the cop. Fuck, just shoot me here, man. It'd be so much worse if I go home. Just death by cop me, man. I would not be able to sit down for at least a month. I'll be grounded for fucking whatever. I wouldn't be surprised if he installs bars. Fuck that. Just shoot. I'll grab it. I'll grab for it, and you're gonna have to like, don't do that. And I'm like, I'll grab your mace or whatever, and so I'm gonna be like, at least I don't have to go out. Fuck you, Herb. Fucking Herb. Oh, God damn it. Fucking Herb. Like I said, my mom, Judith, goes by Judy. No problem. Nobody gives a shit. My dad, Herbert, goes by Herb. No one gives him shit. They named me Rashawn. I go by Sean. They give me shit. I like your name. I bet your parents liked Herbert and Judith. That's why they gave you those fucking names, and you said, I don't. Do you think it's a beautiful name? There's a great way for me to get fucking fucked with at school and laughed at, so just fuck off with your shit. I changed my name. My slave name. I am hereby known as Kunta. God damn it. Sean, not Rashawn. You monkey funkies. Nice clean screen. Nice clean screen. I love it when the plane comes together. Don't you? And I haven't seen a smile that pretty in a while. Girl came up to me and said she loved the show. I asked her to go home and she couldn't say no. Like Beastie Boys. And all I really want is girls. Dun, 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 dun. Very chauvinistic back then, but they even tried to like play off later on that "Fight for Your Right to Party" was a mocking of those kind of the anthem song. Like, no, you guys were in that shit. Now you guys got a little bit more political now, and you got like, no, we never were that kind of juvenile as to support such. I mean, we're insane, but no, we weren't. I want that cute wrist. That shit kicks like a motherfucker. Fucking niggas. 614. What? I don't remember the last time I took my meds. 11? Yeah, because I could broadcast for like 4 hours, and then I broadcast another for like 3 now. So I think I'm like 7 hours in. That's fine. I could find out whenever it was, though. I need to make sure so I don't like fucking take too many or something. That's a cool sound, the way it comes through. Okay. Anyways. I think think I'm gonna go ahead and start making some food. I might be back later on and shit. I'm gonna watch 3 hours on the dot, pretty much. I'm watching news and see if there's anything fucking happening. It's only 6:20. That orange buffoon can do anything between now and fucking. Hey, I've already done it for all I fucking know. Dumbass, fucking stupid orange monkey, fucking Leatherface. What kind of fucking president uses his mugshot for his goddamn... No one's scared of you, man. When people scared of Donald Trump or people that he has dirt on, everyone else is laughing at him. It's ridiculous. I don't know why you're laughing at that part, because you're ridiculous. Because you're a joke. They don't admire you, they don't respect you. Matter of fact, that the escalator was on purpose. Say, fuck you, fat boy, walk. You're talking about disbanding the UN and you expect them to respect you? The whole time you're talking about how useless they are, how no good, how, like, you know, if they don't let Russia in, it's a crime, and if they let Ukraine, you know what I mean? Just on and on. And you get there, and fuck you, the elevators don't work. And Melania's like, okay, I'll take the stairs. That's why I think she was in on it. She stopped and kind of looked and just immediately started going up the stairs. And he's just like, what? What, I have to walk? Yes, Your Highness, you do have to walk. It's not broken, it just became stairs. No, walk your fat ass up there. I thought you were a manly man. Climb those fucking stairs, fat boy. You're such a smart guy. No teleprompter. Now act all presidential. Sir. Is that all it takes? Because you're in front of the UN right now going, the fuck? I don't have a teleprompter. You don't know what you were going to talk about? No. You have no clue what you're going to talk about? No. Did you even read it last night to make sure your speech? No, of course not. It's better when they improvise. Look, it is. The perpetrator, look. He always does that when he fucks up, you know. Either just keeps going like he didn't fuck up the word. Or if it's real bad and he knows he should have it. Look. And people crowd, they cheer. The crowd cheers. Fuck, dude, we're fucked as a species. Americans, everybody else is just sitting there going, what the fuck, America? We used to look up to you. Now we have a night watch to make sure you don't fucking try and take Greenland while we sleep. Like declaring it yours. We want to have an immediate response if you sit there and say, and I hereby annex Greenland. We go, fuck you. I told you to fuck yourself before. Not the next morning, not the next day, where it can sit in the minds of people. There was an immediate response. Fuck you, we're not for sale, and you are not taking us. Doesn't make any goddamn sense. They're not an enemy. So why do you need to take it? Canada is not an enemy. Why do you need to take it? Shore up relations, sure. Try and negotiate so that Canada gets better deals. Fucking work out so that Mexico gets better deals, man. They're supplying the food. They're supplying the labor, for fuck's sake. We can build my house, but you can't live in my country or my neighborhood? You can't go to my country club. You can't live in my neighborhood. Can't live in my city. I prefer you not to live in my state. I prefer you not to live in the country at all. I prefer you to do the work and then get the fuck out. Because we're the land of the free labor. And with the brave ideas and the cowardice implementation. I've been an anarchist for so fucking long, man. I start talking about that, people are like, oh my god, you have to have rules. I said, fuck you. You have to have rules. That's why you're afraid immediately. You have to have rules. Something where you're going to get justice, where it's going to be fair. Where if someone breaks into your house, you can call somebody and they'll take care of it for you. Or at least solve it. What are you going to do when your house catches on fire? Put it out. Don't pour water on a grease fire. Got plenty of flour and stuff. Got an extinguisher. Got a hose and some water. You know what I mean? But what? What if you have a heart attack? And I die? I don't think that's a thing I can, like, you know, cheat code my way out of. I don't think there's an extra life. Cheat code for anybody. Jesus had one. I think that was the only mushroom that was floating around in those little bricks in the sky. And he got it. Do 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 do. I ain't dead, man. Fuck off. I always thought about that, like if I did figure it out back in the 90s, you know, that whole glowing thing was real. And I'm not saying it is or was or it wasn't or what, but if it was, I would definitely, like I said, I'd already long thought, I was like, I would play the longest fucking April Fool's joke you've ever fucking seen. April Fool? Sorry. That's all that, yeah, all that was. It doesn't matter anyway, so might as well just have some fun with that. Why did it go so long? Why not? How long would it take you to get to terms with that? Never, I promise you. Oh no, yeah, and then you destroy everything within a week. You wouldn't even think about what the repercussions of any actions were because you can just iron that out, right? Or someone knows somehow it can. Somehow get balanced out, and to the point where you create so much damage that the only way to balance it out is to erase you from history completely. Then the universe kind of needs to supplant you with something better. I mean, if you think about all the whatever it is that you have it, how many bands have had truly it and become, like I said, part of the tapestry of life, of music of life, and how many people have ever picked up a guitar, bass, drums, or whatever. There was a guy, especially like Gen X and stuff, they were able to play back in the day, and they're like, we haven't played as this band in like, you know, since like 94. They're getting better, you know, getting back together, and they're getting new songs together and stuff. The drummers, you know, they're working their fucking dust off the chops and shit, but they still got it. There's an old ass drummer. He was doing some fucking doubles, you know, like it's like, fuck, man. There's another guy. He's like 50, 60, and he was just rocking that fucking kit, doing the spins and stuff, and then like, you know, flipping him up and then catching the exact time to play. I was like, yeah, that's what the fucking 80s had. The 90s was like right on the end of that, where like that was it's getting to be overkill. You know, the drums are going upside down, dude's in a seatbelt, you know, strapped to his cage, and it goes out and it's like it's upside down. You know, it's like, what the fuck was that? It's a cool thing, but what's the fucking point? What's the point of that? Besides to say that you can. No, I'm upside down and playing the drums. Yeah, I know. The cage just rolled. Yeah, I know. But why though? But why though? there's like a lot of really cool drum kits in BFD, like the Oblivion, the Sphere kits, and other metal kits that are really. I didn't really get a chance to really tweak with it, but I do want to work. When I first got the big pack, it's gonna be Crush. Then I'm gonna have the Crush. Yeah, that's Crush. So I like that one. We go ahead and get the Crush. It was so demanding on the system, and my system had been FX Expansion B53 was working fine when they sold over to Rolly. When Rolly took over, they did some updates and immediately started having problems. And then kept going and getting problems getting like worse and worse. It wasn't getting any better. And then in music took over, and I thought they were going to fix it out, but they did not fix it out. It just got worse and worse and worse. So, yeah. Like I said, they didn't count for the fact that people have been around since before they came along. You know, I've been with them since 2010, 2011. BFG2 was a free copy they gave me, and then all the packs I bought, and the solid copies and whatever. I mean, they come in and it's like, okay, everything's going to BFG3 now. I'm like, yeah, but I haven't, because like I said, I used BFG2 and 3, and I used the BFG2 version in there because, you know, it did. And, yeah, anyways, got that worked out. That man is the main point of the whole fucking thing. So let's go ahead and do mix and mix. Start with that. Nice. Nice. Okay. Piazza. Oh yeah, let's not go. Then we're gonna go to aux. We're gonna go to aux one, and then we go to aux one. All right, so let's go. Not go there. This one. We go to Tom's Library 50 Crush. La Okay. Oh wow. No, mid. Okay, so let's go dampening. Remove all unused, and then we're gonna bring all these down, 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 down. Turn that bullshit down. Wah, 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 wah. Switch you 4 hours. See, that's 58. Bring you in to about 13. There we go. And then bring you into about 50. Yeah, better. The other bit. Good. Effects. Dum 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 dum. Effects. Okay, okay, good. Effects kit. No effects on that. This is a drum kit without any effects. Before I went through and shake things up a bit, so let's see what it sounds about to put the effects on there. I'll save that. Let's say that as a preset, 3-tone crush kit. I never really worked with that one to get a good sound, and I still don't think that's perfect. I'd have to work with the song to get it, but I think that's like in a good ballpark to play with. When I loaded, like, I should use a crush kit and then breathe that in. And now that there's 6 tones, I can do a lot more shit. I got a 5-tone. They did what I said. That's how I know that they're listening to what I said. Check this out. If you can see it, it might be too small. But right here, 4-tone 1, 4-tone 2. Then you listen to tone. I'm going to back out. And then you just listen to tone with these. You can't probably read it, but over here it tells it's 16 by 14, hybrid ash and maple, wood stick, 2017, class tom, and then you go to the next one, and it says, about the same stuff, but this is 1412. This one says 10 by 8, and this one says 10 by 8, even though they're different sizes. What they did is what I do. And this is what I do. Here, I'll show you right now. Okay, so that's this one. Now, go to the tech. They sampled 1 tom. They have a 3-tom kit. They sampled a 3-tom kit. And they bring the semitones down by close to 2. See? Same one. Yeah. So they did 3, and I told them, I was like, hey man, do you guys want to do it? What you'd actually do, because +2 and -2 work really well. Sample 2 toms, a 2-tom kit. And then you take this first one, there's like that's like a 10, and then you make it to an 8 and a 12. And this is a 16, you make it a 14, 16, and 18. So you got 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, and all you do is sample these 2 tones. And duplicate them at a different pitch. 6 tones, and it sounds very fluid, it sounds very natural. Maybe there was 4, they had like 1 high, 1 mid, and they just do, but I know for sure, like I said, the high said 10 by 12, and the next one said 10 by 12. Why would it say that? They didn't mess up, they didn't type it, they just copied it. They forgot to change the size. I am what I am, that's all that I am, son Popeye the Sailor Man. I can't do the laugh, I wish I could, that'd be great. Blew my brains. Let's see if that will play anything really good anywhere like it should. enough coordinated, and legs not coordinated enough to do for long periods of time. I need to work on that. I can get it at a certain speed, but I can't go really as fast as I want to. I do also do practice like this a lot, just to get it up there. But that's not even actually right or correct, because I mean it's got different foot motion, because you're just kind of mostly on the tips. It's kind of like when you're drumming, you're not really doing a lot of this. It's mostly like right here. On that, when Opie started taking lesson, because I was kind of a banger. He's like, hey, turns out. And I was like, oh, shit, because he was barely moving. He's like, fuck, your hands are barely moving. Like, yeah, it's fast as fuck. Oh, okay, yeah, got you. Just kind of hit and let it rebound. I didn't worry about the pop, you know, just get it nice and smooth and even. I just worry about getting a good roll in there. When I learned that shit, like it's almost every little thing that I learn, I sit there and I won't get obsessed about it, but I'll try and work it in. I'll work it out till I get the feel of it right, and then I'll try and work into it as a beat, whether it was a guitar or whatever, at speed, and just do that one part over and over, and then I try and break up and play something, a riff, and then randomly throw it in there where it'll sound, try and make it sound good in random places. Places unexpected, a little early, a little bit late, and see if it comes in, if it sounds good or not. If it does, then yeah. If it doesn't, I try to avoid that unless like I keep track. Like it sounds like it might fit in a certain spot, but not like a regular. I'll keep it in mind, that kind of shit. So again, when you go out there and play, it's like improvised, but it's not really, because you've got all. I mean, there's the same notes, it's the same licks in different locations and different. I mean, it's like if you're going so you can do like this one that's like 4 wide. Yeah, actually, that's it would be those are in tune, so it would be. Then you learn to like double back and stuff. So it doesn't sound like you're just going. That's just playing a scale. So you want to go. The more you change it up, the more it sounds like you're not just going. So those are the things, tricks to learn, especially like double picking. If you're trying to play fast, if you go up the scale, instead of going dun 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 dun, try and go double. So like each note, you're going fast. It sounds like you just fucking. It's like, how the fuck did you do that? Like I said, if I could show you, it'd be like the same thing as going. Just double the notes, and double the picks. And if you could triple the picks or quadruple it, then gone. Gone. Like the wind. Like the torment of a man's soul. I had to do funny shit in class to keep myself entertained. I remember this one, we had this one there's a science class. And there was a girl in there that reminded me a lot of the one from Different Strokes. Dana Plato. Yeah, Plato. Just reminded me like a rebirth of that. Like, and the fucked up thing is we were supposed to bring like some music the next day because like a free day of music that we liked to share with the class. And she brought a record of Simon and Garfunkel. And I thought it was a joking because, I mean, no one, I mean, I've had that happen to me a couple of times, and I should probably, like, knock it off, but, like, he's like, why? And they kind of get offended, like, oh, shit, you're like, yeah. And I'm like, okay, I never really listened to it. It's like some old hippie shit. Yeah, put it on. And it's like, I am a rock. I am an island. There's a couple that were pretty good. I'm like, yeah, okay, yeah, but there's a couple that was like, your favorite band? Okay. There's that kid at Kroger who's sacking groceries. I was like 18, going through the line, and he's sacking groceries. He had to be like 15, 16. And we were just talking there at the end, because we talked before, but like never like about music or stuff. He's like, yeah, I'm really big into music. I'm like, okay, that's cool. I'm into music too. And a lot of people say that. They don't mean like playing. They just mean they like listening to music a lot. No problem. I'm a musician. The audience would be great, you know. And it requires people that like to listen to music. And like, really, what kind of music? You know, I'm thinking, hey, what kind of music are you into? We're gonna be going having a party for too long. You might want to swing by and check out our band. He's like, oh, I'm mostly into older stuff. And I'm thinking like, you know, like older classic rock or whatever. Oh yeah, it's like, yeah, like Perry Como and all that. Okay, yeah. This kid's young. And he gets like straight face and pissed looking at his face. He's like, you're serious? He's like, yeah. I'm like, I don't see young people listening to that kind of music. What the, go ahead now. I thought you were joking because that's like, you know, that's some older grandparent, but you like that shit? Oh, yeah, yeah. Frank Sinatra, yeah, oh yeah. And he starts going back to different people, you know. Dude's the king of the scat, has a treasure of sound. Oh yeah. King of the tuk-tuk sound. Mike Buffano. It's on the Colgate Hour. Nobody knows these, man. I couldn't, I mean, like the guy, he was like, yeah, your record collection is very meat and potatoes. And she's like, oh, thanks. He's like, no, it means you don't have anything, you know, rare or anything like that. It's just very, like, your basic stuff. First off, fuck you. Two, not everybody has money for, you know, all that shit and getting them all the time. You can run by Goodwill and Salvation Army. They often have records there, but I mean, then God knows what condition they're in. I've got some Christmas records and stuff. Got a record player. It plays tapes. It actually plays tapes. The speaker system inside is really good. It's amazing. It's just a little unit, but it's got like a great sound. And yeah. So I'm not a vinyl person, but the ex got that record player. It's like an antique looking one, but it's not. It's cool as shit. She never used it. Like a couple of times around Christmas. That's it. And I guess it's got a tape player, and I've got a lot of old demo tapes and shit, so I can actually sit back and just listen to like, oh God, these are terrible, and they're so good. There was one that had like all my stuff from currently at that time Dumb and Prophet Size. And as one side had Dumb and Prophet Size, and the other side had something, I can't remember what it was. But yeah, the second side had like that, like your mama competition between the three guys. I was playing all three people. And the rap tracks where I played, you know, several people also. That's just always fun. You gotta like balance like when you say to the, you know, other people, when you act as your own hype man and come jumping, yeah, because you know how the lyrics gonna go and Beastie Boys style. think that's about it for me. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Trying to make some chicken and stuff. Going over the water's fine. Maybe see you soon. Maybe not. It's only 7:13. I enjoy doing these and talking to you. You're my best friend. Should be my bestest friend, Everest. Alright, boo boo, I'm going. I'll go back to you later.